Hello and welcome back. In the previous videos, we've been focusing on taking linear equations and graphing the lines representing those equations. In this video, we're going to be focusing on taking the graph and being able to determine the linear equation that represents that graph or line. So to begin with, I'm going to be stating the linear equation or point-slope form of a linear equation. Y is equal to mx plus b. So we know we need two things, the slope and the y-intercept. The first thing we're going to look at is the y-intercept. Looking at this graph, we see that the line intercepts the y-axis at y is equal to 2. In fact, I'll plot the y-intercept over here. And we can then note that the y-intercept is the point 0, 2, and therefore b is equal to 2. So we have b, and we just need m, or the slope. The slope is rise over run. So what we can do is pick any other point on the line. So I'll pick this point over here, and then draw a triangle connecting those 2 points. And we see that to get from the first point to the second point, y increases by 2, and x increases by 1. That means that the rise is 2 and the run is 1. And we thus have that the slope is 2 over 1, or 2. And we get m is equal to 2. So we have that m is equal to 2 and b is equal to 2. This gives that our linear equation for this graph is y is equal to 2x plus 2. And that is our final answer. So one thing I want to note is that it doesn't matter what 2 points we pick on the graph when we're trying to find the slope. So I picked those 2 points, but I could have picked these 2 points instead. Notice that we still would get that the rise is 2 because y increases by 2, and that the run is 1 because x increases by 1. And thus we would have that the slope is 2 over 1, or 2. We could have even picked these 2 points. And then notice that we have here that y increases by 4 and x increases by 2. And so instead of having 2 over 1, we have the slope as 4 over 2, but notice that that still simplifies to 2. So no matter what 2 points we pick on the graph, we will always get the same slope. In this case, our slope is 2. So we'll do a few more examples. So once again, the first step is to find the y-intercept. In this case, we notice that the graph intercepts the y-axis at the point 0, 1. So therefore, the y-intercept is 0, 1, and our b value is 1. b is equal to 1. Then once again, we have the slope is rise over run. So we are going to pick another point on the line, and we are going to connect those 2 points to form a triangle. In this case, we have that x increases by 3, so the run is 3, and y decreases by 2. So the rise is negative 2 because y is decreasing. So we have rise is negative 2 because y decreases by 2, and run is 3 because x increases by 3. So it's very important to pay attention to whether or not y increases or decreases when you sketch the triangle. And therefore our slope is negative 2 over 3. Or m is negative 2 over 3, and we have that y is negative 2 over 3x plus 1. That is our final answer. And so by now you should be able to decide on whether or not a slope is positive or negative just by looking at the graph. In the previous example, we noticed that the line was increasing from left to right, so it had a positive slope. In this case, we notice that the line is decreasing from left to right, so it has a negative slope. So that can be your check to make sure that you have the correct sign on the slope. We will do one more example. Okay, once again, our first step is going to be to find the y-intercept. In this case, the line intercepts the y-axis at y is equal to 3. So we'll plot that point and note that the y-intercept is 0, 3. And therefore, b is equal to 3. We also know that the slope is equal to rise over run. So we're going to pick any other point on the line, and again sketch a triangle connecting the 2 points. In this case, we notice that x increases by 5 and y decreases by 3. So again, we're going to have a negative slope because the rise is negative 3. So the rise is negative 3 because y decreases by 3, and the run is 5 because x increases by 5. Therefore, we have that the slope is negative 3 over 5. So this gives us m is equal to negative 3 over 5, and our final equation is y is equal to negative 3 over 5x plus 3. And again, it makes sense that we have a negative slope because the line is decreasing as we go from left to right. So that's all I wanted to go over in this video. Thanks for watching.